Welcome back. So the PlayStation State of Play happened. I got my Magic teams then. Oh, no fucking way! My whole life is changed. I got my Wolverine. Oh my God, who else? Oh my God! Right after, I'm done. It's over. And Wolverine. And Danger was a pretty cool weirdo inclusion. And can I just say, whoever decided to give Magic the Ferg collar, chef's kiss. But in any case, this trailer has given us the structure to predict the rest of the roster. And I'm just be honest, these rosters I'm seeing where it's like 60% weird out there picks and 40% A-listers put me to sleep. And part of me thinks these people just want to feign that they have like the most niche knowledge of the Marvel universe, and let's call it how it is. They want to be different. Don't get it twisted though. I also want to see some new faces. I just don't want the whole roster to look like the Star Wars cantina. Plus, if you're going to make weird picks, pick some cool ones at the very least. Like I keep on seeing Darkhawk. That's a good one. But then I see shit like this and I gotta ask, are you really dying to play as the Wall? Yes, I know some of the characters need a chance to shine to break into the mainstream. But one, I feel like that shit don't really exist anymore. And two, do some of these characters really got what it takes to become mainstays? I don't personally think so. I think this is being different for different sake. And that's cool. Don't let me yuck your yum. But for my purposes, I'd say one weirdo per team looks about right. And I wouldn't even classify who they've shown so far as like complete weirdos. I do not have super insane in-depth Marvel knowledge by any means, but even I recognize who Danger was. And she has a badass concept that I can easily see having her become much more popular. But anywho, I digress. Let me present my final roster by team. X-Men are done, so let's move to Cap's team because I feel like that's the next natural progression. So Cap and Tony seem to be a given. The only way I see that not happening is if he's on Doom's team for one reason or another. But for the sake of the video, that's the current Avengers. I think Thor is a shoo-in just because of the stage with statues that depict his classic suits that we're going to be getting. So that seems pretty much guaranteed. And if Miss Marvel's the fourth Avenger, that'd make this much easier, but that reveal is going to be lame as fuck. But I can see it happening because depending on who you ask, she would be the weirdo pick for the Avengers. But if it's not her, you could pick a name out of a hat if any Avenger is up for grabs. And me personally, I still kind of hope it's Hulk. But if it's not either of those, give me Darkhawk. Wow, that sounds bad. He's got the link to space type stuff that looks like they're doing with the story, and even though I don't know much about him, that design is tough as fuck. For Spider-Man's team, I think they have to be like New York Squad or Spider-Man and his spectacular buddies or something. So I'm sticking to it being Venom, Daredevil, and maybe Kamala could also be on this team. But if it has to be a newcomer, fuck it, give me Silver Sable or something. Truth be told, the weirdo thing doesn't matter too much to me. Like I said, it's still cool, but I'd still like to see Miles make the cut. I don't care. And double truth be told, at this point, I don't really give too much of a fuck what the final roster looks like because I pretty much got the team I wanted. So most of this is just wish listing and who I think fits on a team. Like I hope Doom's team is just a way for them to jam in villains into the roster. Even though Magneto hasn't been like a straight up villain for a while, I'm hoping they fudged enough to have him make the cut still, which might be Cope, I must say. But I'm locking him in. Deal with it because they got some sort of link with the Cabal and such. Then give me Loki, I guess. Not my personal choice, but it makes sense team-wise. And I don't know how you'd fit a weirdo in here. So for our purposes, he's the weirdo. Ghost Rider seem like almost has to be Midnight Suns. But depending on where the non-leader characters go, it muddies the waters of how the teams will be built out. But his teammates should, if there's anything sacred in the world, be Blade and Moon Knight. And then whoever else wants to get jammed in there. Anywho, there's a pretty short one. But because with that first character reveal out the way, I'm more so just excited to see who we're gonna get and be surprised. I just want Miles and Magneto to make it in some capacity. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.